Hi everyone, welcome to Weekly Market Insights from Traders Hut. I am your RV Raju Angadi Vishwanath, the SEBI registered research analyst. Come, let's have a sneak into the trade setups for the first week of September 2024. How the markets are paired, poised. We are at an important juncture in the Nifty, as well as we are going to discuss today few of the stocks, other indices, and the silver and crude oil where they are headed. Let's have a sneak into the trades. There is some parabolic rise seen in the stock specific action. IT has been buzzing around in the trade. So let's see the Nifty. Nifty has formed a leading diagonal here, 1 2, and we are in a third. Either the third has completed or third could extend towards some more higher levels. So Nifty, after a Friday some gap up open, it's been a range bound action. 25,260 to 25,180 levels, let us say 180 or 25,200 levels in the shorter term. What's the Nifty levels? 25,200 put rating is huge. 25,000 put rating also is seen aggressively. Put raters are active. 25,500, 700 and higher levels. Some mild call rating is there. So markets are open up for the higher levels, even though we consolidate. So 25 180 or 170 below, some selling might rise towards 24,960 to 25,030 levels. 24,960, the if it is a wave 4 correction, wave 3 could even extend one more leg towards 25,555 to 25,600. So 25,400 is a short term resistance. 360 to 400, and above that 25 555 25 700 levels can be tested. Even the data ends that for the Nifty in the form of wave 5, and then some cool off might come, and the levels of 26,200 could be on the cards in the larger degree wave counts. But I'm going to give a very simple narrative here. Strategy is clearly buy on dips rather than the index. Stock specific action is really happening on a very good note. So there is a great opportunity to create the wealth, or for traders to make money in these kind of markets. Very good stock picks have been picked every other day. We are going to see the sectorial churning of the performance. So Bank Nifty has been a laggard. What will happen to the Bank Nifty now? So 51,100 is an important base for the Bank Nifty. Now what we are seeing, 51,100 is a very important level for the Bank Nifty. The short term trend line is what we are watching on the banks. So 50,900 to 51,100 important support for the Bank Nifty. So the degree of trend line has been broken. That is one thing which is clear. Even if we have to pull back towards 50,700 to 900, then the markets banks can rise. There is a lot more upside left in the Bank Nifty. 50,000, 51,800 and 52,400 are some small upside approach or target zones. 51,450 above, again the rise would start towards 51,800 and 52,400 levels for the Bank Nifty to reach. Well, on the downside, we are clearly of the view that we could test 50,800 if the pullback starts below 51,200. Below, the pullback would start for the Bank Nifty in the corrective pullback way. Trend line has been broken. We are outright bullish. I would avoid the wave counts as of now. Simple technical analysis we are applying for the Bank Nifty. Let me see the share. The weekly candle is well for you. What's happening on a weekly note? Weekly note, Bank Nifty, some more healthy upside is pending. So 0.8% gains have been seen in the Bank Nifty. but Nifty candle is quite strong, 1.66%. FINNIFTY has outperformed the banks. Financials have been on a rise. FINNIFTY can rise to the Phoenix. 25,000 levels are coming in the FINNIFTY. So watch out the financials. This week, dips would be bought in the financials rather than IT and other stocks. I would prefer the financials to outperform. Dips would be bought in the metals. What I would suggest around 9,100, 200 levels. Some 2-3% dip. Metals could be bought. Still, it's in a triangular pattern. Then the parabolic rise would come in the metals. Mark the words. Parabolic rise would come in the metals. Once we are out of this triangle, watch out. The weekly triangle is getting formed. The coil kind of a pattern. So PSU banks kind of a similar approach is seen. PSU banks. Nothing great or clarity in the PSU banks. Weekly averages has to be crossed. Short-term averages 7,100 to 200 levels, 100 to 140 levels is crossed. Then I would act 7,200 crosses. The major confirmation would come. I would prefer buying it PSU banks on the breakout. Still, there is no confirmation on the PSU bank index. If we get a confirmation, we are going to act. MIDCAP NIFTY, well, in a strong trend. So 14,000 is clearly on the cards. Quickly, I'm getting into the sectors. Reality, well, correction might have ended and there might be a good rise in the reality sector. Auto index, some breakout is there. Today, the auto sales number should be out. How the market should take, the stocks should perform. Pharma still on a strength and a bullish note. Small cap, well, there is a room still 17,900. Some good support is there. And once we break above this, I would be again outright bullish 18,300 above. PSC index, we are not clear. Looks some weakness might come in. Sensex is still showing the strength. The trend is quite strong on the weekly. Sensex is strong as well as Nifty. The strong note, the bullish trend is continuing. What are the outright sectors which are bullish? Very simple. The relative strength wise, financials and pharma. Simple as that, as per the sectorial analysis. I given a Nifty Bank Nifty view. Now financials and pharma stocks could outperform. Which are the top picks? We are going to discuss about the stocks. Going ahead, pharma, there can be a stretch. One more stretch this week is what I feel before any cool off and then the impulse final rise. So pharma sector is outright bullish. Well, let's have a sneak into the last sector, which is one of the outperforming sectors is IT. What is IT doing? IT is in a fifth. It's very simple as that. IT is in a fifth. So the fifth can extend. There is a high probability. 1, 2, 3, 4. After some rise, there might be a cool off. So I would rather prefer to go with the momentum FINNIFTY is looking quite good on the charts. Dips would be bought. Very good buy would be a FINNIFTY after a double bottom breakout. Any cool of some 200 or 350, 400 points. I would prefer to buy the FINNIFTY with a 22,800 as a good stop. Some 300, 400 points dip we get. It's an ideal opportunity to buy the FINNIFTY. Else even if we catch the momentum above 23,800, then the preferably buyer of the FINNIFTY and some reality stocks. So that's on the whole of a sector. I have given the levels with the Nifty and the Bank Nifty. Still the trend is strong for the Nifty. 555 to 25,700 might be the upside target if we continue about 25,360 to 380. And on the upside, even the data ends 25,700, 26,200 can be tested before a meaningful pullback in the Nifty would come. Then a rise towards 27 or 28,000 would come in the Nifty in the larger degree wave counts. The high probability is there. That's the view on the Nifty and the stocks. If you before getting into the stocks of the weeks and the commodities, if you like the video, do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click on the bell button below. Also follow us on the Twitter and the Facebook handle, which we have discussed and shared it on the description below. If you'd like to avail our services of advisory, SEBI registered live trading room or option theta workshop, please get into the details and the mentorship program also. Contact details are there in the description below. Feel free to contact us and catch us on our products. Here is our website where we are providing the services like see live trading room and the other advisory services we are providing. So that's a brief about us. You can get in touch with us also. We have shared a contact details here. That's a brief on it. Now we'll get into the stocks of the week. What are the stocks? Pharma, the top pick would be Cipla, which we like. Cipla is the top pick for the week in the pharma sector. The range shift has happened in the Cipla, so the breakout is imminent. Stock can inch higher. Some 1750, 1800 levels can be seen. Stop can be 1580 to 1600 in the Cipla. So dips could be added. Stock looks good on the rise and the momentum after a consolidation breakout has happened until 1600 to 1620 holds by Cipla. Well, parabolic rise in the Bajaj Finserv, some mild cool off to retest the levels of 1720 to 1740 would be an ideal buying opportunity for Bajaj Finserv, which can head towards 2000 odd zones. The Bajaj Finserv is looking very good on the charts. GAIL India on a conditional basis is looking good. 240 above GAIL is headed much higher. PSU banks, well, I am taking a conditional basis 118 and 120 crosses. PNB, I would be a buyer. 118 to 120 crosses, I would be a buyer in the PSU banks. What about the Canara Bank? Well, would hold the same view on the Canara Bank as well. NCLT has given approval for the merger of Disney Hotstar and TV18. TV18 again consolidation until the levels of 48 is held on. Stock crosses 53. Then the stock is headed towards 60 to 65 levels. So it's kind of a rounding bottom for the stock. Stock could rise to the Phoenix if that happens to be true. What about the SRF 2600 or even 2620 crosses? SRF is headed for a parabolic rise for 3000 odd levels. So 2600 to 620 conditional basis by SRF. I would be a buyer in the Oberoi reality where a kind of a good pattern is getting formed. The basing pattern is getting formed. A short-term trend line breakout and the momentum averages have given a breakout confirmation in the stock. So I would be a buyer, outright buyer in the Oberoi reality 1730 to 1720 to 1740, very important support for the Oberoi reality. Any dips in a day, I would be a buyer. There is a great opportunity to buy the stock. We are headed towards 1820 and 1880 levels. So these are few of the stock picks. Let's get back to the commodities front. Let me have a sneak into the commodities corner. What is commodities doing and where it is headed? Most of the commodities are showing a gap down move. Well, DXY is flat. Gap down move is shown in the commodities. What will happen here? Let us see the consolidative pattern, how it is forming. Looks like ABC correction might be happening. Let us see the 45 minutes chart. What I would like to understand here is this an impulse? This could be an impulse. So if this could be the fall, then what could be the maximum amount of fall? We can see 28.10 or 28.28 could be the level where the silver can head. Today the gap down, could it be an opportunity to buy the silver? Obviously there can be a high chance to buy an opportunity to buy the silver if it dips. One can take the chance. 28.10 to 30 would be an ideal opportunity. Now we are trading near 28.28, the 124 3.4. So good opportunity, I would say. Rather 28.10 holds. Watch out the opportunity to buy the silver this week. If that breaks, then 27.40 45, 27.20 to 27.45 can be tested in the silver. Then the next leg of impulse would start on a breakout, the failed head and shoulder pattern. So the retracement I'm going to watch here, WXYZ, at least a bounce should be there if we are on an impulse. What I would say, 28 10 to 28.28 would be a good buying opportunity. So that is a good point to take a chance for the silver. So that's on the silver front. Even if we fail here, the dip could be till $27. So that needs to be watched. That could be an opportunity. What about the gold? What's happening with the gold? Well, gold is in a range bound action after a breakout. Simple as that. 24.70, 25.30. So 60 points range for the gold. What about the crude oil? Let me see and sneak into the crude oil chart for you. International crude, let us see. As silver, we have seen dollar index. Well, the trend is weakening. It's a short-term pullback for the DXY. After a fall, looks to be a short-term pullback. Corrective advance is what we see. Let us see, $72 is what I feel personally. If you want to get into the crude oil, the parallel channel is very much important at this point of time. In fact, if we need to see the pullback, so $72 is very much important for the crude to proceed. We are at a very important support, 73 to 72.40, 73 to 72.40 for crude is highly important. The degree of triangular pattern which was happening is still on the cards. So A, B, C, D, E. Crude is on a clear consolidation zone. The breakout has to happen in the crude if it has to go into the upward zone or trajectory. The multiple attempts is on a failed breakout is happening in the crude oil. So we would be watching how to react and act. The important support multiple times it has been tested, 70, 160, and basically what we would see 72.50 to 72.40 to 72.60. So these are the important points for crude to be watched out. So watch out the crude oil levels now at an important support zone. If we pull back from here, then it would be good, else it could be a haywire. So that's on the commodities corner as well. What about the global markets? Still on a positive note, some shooting star is seen in the DAX, but we are not outright bearish on anything. Well, Dow Jones still looking good. The breakout consolidation is there. What about Nasdaq? Nasdaq after a fall pullback is not clearly strong, so there can be one more pullback in the Nasdaq towards 18,700. So we are facing some resistance near 20,000 odd zones, Nasdaq. So the parabolic rise, similarly, what we are seeing in IT can halt at one point of time. Let me come back to IT stocks. Indian IT sector has been outperforming clearly. Today, auto sales numbers would determine the data. Let's see what's the IT is in store. Let's see the larger degree for our analysis and for our knowledge purpose. Persistent systems strongly in a fifth wave. OFSS consolidation. Maybe one more leg is there. Coforge. Well, even if it is a ABC, we could retest or just expanded flat could be on making TCS. Well, in a final impulse. Fifth of fifth is pending. Clearly, the wave counts are showing fifth of fifth is pending, which is ongoing. Maybe 4,800 or 5,000 levels. We could 4,700 to 800 is my feel. If it expands, then 4,000, 5,000 levels could be the top for the TCS. 4,800 could be very important level to watch out. Infosys on the 5th, maybe near 1960 to 2040. 1980 to 2040 would be the top for the Infosys for short term at least. 1800 some model for HCL Tech. Now, one more stock which I would like to share. Sun Pharma is on the Phoenix and the rise. 2000 levels are eminent for the stocks. PSU banks, contra bet. Once the conditional basis crosses levels are crossed. Along with that, this week financials would outperform. What are the financials? Bajaj Finance has shared Mahindra and Mahindra. M&M Financial can outperform in this market. The stock has been consolidating. The rise can take not only M&M if it breaks, Mahindra and Mahindra if it breaks the zone. Again, we are back into the stocks after discussing the commodities. So M&M has broken out. So looks good, very good on the charts. Tight stop 27502720 levels would be the stop for the M&M. Financials this week again could outperform. Breakout retest is what we call in this M&M Financial. So until this low is held on. 308, let me see, 308 is held on by the stock. 320 322 crosses, stock is headed towards 360 levels. So that's it for the week on the weekly market insights. Disclaimer in the sense, I am a short-term trader, SEBI registered research analyst, Rajwangadi Vishwanath, INS 20075 Stock market investments are subject to market risk. Please read the related documents carefully before trading or investing. Do consult your financial advisor and trade wisely. This video is for educational purpose. Signing off for now, your RV. See you all back again next week in the weekly market trends.